This is Formula 1.
Verstappen is out of the race and that's a big crash!
This was a big one,
Oh my God!
No, Mike, that was so not right!
And this is me. I am a 3D artist. And also, I am a Formula 1 fan. That is pretty much the whole context you'll need for this video. Okay. So recently I've been experimenting with Assetto Corsa, which is a racing simulator. And one cool thing about this game is that you can mod it. And sometimes that modding can go out of hand. Yeah. Anyways, this game has a lot of modding potential and I'm not going to spare it on nonsense. And that's why today I'm making an F1 track. With a little help of strangers.
Hey yo guys, how's it going? Hey, listen. I have a very strange request for you. I will pay you $2 if you do it. I need you to draw a shape, but it's not just any shape. Get a pen and paper. Okay. I need a special shape, something like this. It needs to be a complete shape, it needs to have a straight line, okay? Okay, go.
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, what would you name it?
Saturn.
Saturn. Okay, Saturn. Okay. That's perfect. Give me your PayPal. You don't want the cash?
That's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, guys. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
So now that we have the track layout and the $2, suckers should have taken the money, fucking idiots, we can finally start modeling. Was that kind of cool? Thought that was kind of cool. I always wanted to do that. So yeah, let's start modeling. Before making the track itself, I made the track logo inside of Blender. Because as we all know, tracks have their reputable names and logos, and some of the more famous ones would be the Nürburgring and the Zandvoort circuit. So the guys I talked to said they wanted the track to be called Saturn, which I found a little bit strange considering we're not modeling a spaceship, but no questions asked, I made the design that came from the top of my head and then turned it into a 3D banner. So we already have the track layout modeled, and if you're asking why I didn't show you that part, I forgot to record it. But yeah, I added some of that grippy concrete material you see on the Paul Ricard circuit, and then I felt like it was the right time to test the track. Before we start, I forgot to put my virginity gloves on, like so. We're prepared, let's go. The corners are actually very satisfying to do. I think that's very important for a track, that it's satisfying to drive on it. If you guys are wondering as to why there's so much red, blue, and white colors, it's because that's my country's flag. I'm from Serbia, and my country does not have an F1 track, which is unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, and this is the closest we'll ever be to having an F1 track. Here's the tricky corner. This is the second tricky corner, right before this straight, and then the straight is right here. And I think I'm gonna crash. Okay, that was actually very good, but let's go ahead and add some detail to the track. So step by step, plane by plane, I started adding more details. At this time we tested the track and already knew that it works, and as I saw this track come to life, my impatience to make the track look great grew more and more. And as we all know, impatience sometimes can lead to errors. Me being me, obviously, I had to make one. Okay, those are too small. Those are way too small. Like, they are too aggressive, your wheel starts going way too crazy. That is correct. I made a chicane that is so bumpy your car wants to instantly fly off when you touch it. But luckily it didn't take me that long to design a brand new chicane, and this time let's do this one here. Yes, bro, it feels so good when you drive over it. Oh my god, okay. It worked. As I already said, I want this track to be located in Serbia. This is where I'm from. I'm from the capital city of Serbia, which is Belgrade, and this here seems like a perfect spot. So it's actually very close to the city center, which would be right over here. And then imagine like a camera drone going. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do it here. So let's go ahead and screenshot this and then import it into Blender. And screenshot imported we did. And then added some trees, and then added even more details to the track and these breaking point panels, which don't even work, by the way. Yeah, I still need to figure that out. And then in order to make the track really feel like an F1 track, we needed that green, blue, and Ramco logos all over the place, because that's when you really know you're watching an F1 race. I then figured out that the only prop on the track that exists is the barrier and the fence. And I was like, we need to get more props up in this bitch. And so got more props up in this bitch, I did. Including some barriers, tents, and even audience tents. After making the staging assets, I started applying them all over the track, and I can confidently say that the track looks much better with them.
I finally started working on the pit entrance, and the pit lane itself will be done in a moment, but before we focus on that, I noticed that the track is too narrow sometimes with its barriers that are not forgiving of your mistakes. So I made some parts of the track open because with its narrow barriers it was looking a little bit too much like a street circuit, and we all know most of those don't get good reviews. Here's a quick preview of what the track looks like after all that work. And just bear in mind, someone drew this track without knowing it would be an F1 track, so the fact that it drives well is really cool. We even have a nice second straight here which will hopefully be useful for some DRS overtaking. Including some tight barriers and turns, this track is actually really fun to drive on. And I also beat Carlos Sainz, which is like, you know, yeah, whatever. Before finalizing this project and grabbing the wheel to race my friends, I quickly made some pit stop interiors. As you can see, very low poly, but looks cool nonetheless. And I also made a few vehicles out of images, which was very fun. Let's just not comment on how they look. I would really appreciate that. One cool thing I did was that I added my Patreon supporter as an Easter egg on the side of the track. And by the way, Gonzalez, thank you so much. As well as my Discord server admin because he puts up with a lot of my crap. But speaking of Discord, if you want to be a part of my next race event similar to this video, just fucking join it. Okay, enough chatting and let the race begin.
One thing I did not tell these guys is that there's no track limits, because I didn't bother to add those, obviously. You know, if we get to a desperate place where we need to overtake someone, you know what'll happen. Hard. It's incredible, bro. All of these guys coming out of the pits, I mean, you love to see it. Especially on my own track, like, feels nice, feels nice. Can we just talk about how this map was made by someone who doesn't even know that we're making an F1 track? There's gonna be some hard racing going on in these, Yeah, someone keeps locking up all the time. K4, what are you doing, my guy?
Shut up.
Yes, you guys have no idea how to drive. Haha. Is there DRS on this map? That was close. That was very close to the wall. Oh my god! We're not really good with the grips. This is brilliant. I think we can shave off a couple of seconds here. Oh my god, I can't drive my own map. I'm gonna get beaten in my own map. We got this. Where did you come from? Now it's our time to shine. I'm sorry. It was my fault. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait it out. Oh my god. That's crazy. Come on, you can pass me. I know what I did was wrong, so.
Who's the tough guy now? Huh, tough guy?
I think we're even now. I think we're even. This is some dirty racing, man.
Let me pass you.
Never.
Well, me and this guy, we're battling it out. Very clean now. Very clean now. You know what? It's my map, so I decided that I'm gonna cut it right here. That's great. That was a perfect cut right there. That should give us some time, right? Oh, he crashed.
And then I crashed as well. After this, drastic measures had to be taken. I think this was drastic enough. Now we can continue racing.
That didn't happen. That was incredible, man. That was amazing, bro. We're doing another 5-lap race because, you know, why not? This time I'll try not to cheat. It's just important that no one crashes at the start, right? What did I say? Clean racing, clean racing. Clean racing, bro! Let's test the pit stop strategy. I know I said no cheating, but I'm just kind of curious to see how it plays when you're racing. Is this gonna be an overtake? No, it's not. He went off the track! Okay, we're first now, we're first now. We went a little too wide. That was a stupid mistake right there. Now it's time to test the pit stop strategy. Oh, fuel? What do you mean fuel? I just hope I don't run out of fuel, but I think that's not gonna happen, right?
As you can see, we were getting some decent pace going through these final 2 laps. And as I was closing the gap to the second car, I had a really good gut feeling about this last lap. But sometimes your gut feeling is not right. But just then, in the final lap, something popped up on my radar.
Is that the race leader? That's him! That's him! Okay, corner cutting, another corner cutting right here. This is gonna be tough. Pit stop strategy.
And just like that, we won the first ever Saturn Grand Prix race.
We actually finished first. I didn't think that was gonna work, to be honest with you. Like, that should not have been me. I want to thank my team principal for thinking of such a great pit stop strategy. You know, at the end, that brought us the victory. So I want to thank my entire team for this, for pitting me every single lap. No, but to be fair, Kowalski won, so GG. And yeah, it was a fun little race. I enjoyed that. I really did.
Like and subscribe, and if you want to be in my next Assetto Corsa video, make sure to join my Discord, and also if you want to support me, the map download is available in my Patreon, links are in the description. Bye.